Divergent Supreme Radio. Divergent Supreme Radio.
Music.
Divergent Supreme Radio.
Entertainment.
Divergent Supreme Radio.
Reviews. Divergent Supreme Radio.
What's up, Atlanta? You're tuned into Divergent Supreme Radio on the Real 1100, where we bring you the latest in entertainment and sports. Make sure you download iHeartRadio or the Real 1100 app so you can join us every Friday at 8 p.m. I'm your host, KY, and I have a very talented guest joining us in the studio. Can you introduce yourself to our listeners, please?
Hey, guys. What's up? This your girl, Hendricks.
Hendricks. What do you do?
I sang with an A.
Awesome. How'd you come up with that name, Hendricks?
Actually, it's my name. It's my family's name.
Ah.
Yeah, so I just dropped the first, and I'm Hendricks. What's up?
Try to make last name legendary.
Right, yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
See, I thought it came from like Jimi Hendrix, Future Hendrix. You know, we are in ATL. Not at all.
Well, you know, Jimmy is pretty cool. I do rock with Jimi Hendrix. It's a little annoying to hear about the Future Hendrix thing.
You don't like Future?
I like Future, but you know, he not a Hendrix. So,
no, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Are you an ATL native?
I'm by way of Alabama. I grew up here, but I was born in Birmingham. So.
Okay, how long have you been in Atlanta?
Probably like 15 years.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Okay, so this really like your second home.
Yeah, I have two. So I be repping.
How long have you been singing?
Probably about 15 years.
Oh, so you came here singing?
Yeah. I started in school and, you know, doing talent shows and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I really like this.
How many talent shows did you win before you said this is what I want to do?
Actually, I didn't win any.
Oh, really?
True story. I used to get booed.
What?
Yeah, they called me to the stage. Boo. But that didn't stop me from trying. Because I had great people around me as far as like my teachers, and I had a vocal coach at the time. So I had a lot of people outside of high school that were really pushing me, like, bro, like, you're talented, like, you know. So it was like until I got out of school is when I realized, like,
you had to leave Alabama.
No, this was here in Stone Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Stone Mountain. East side.
You know, a lot of times the hate comes from the people closest to us, but once you get out,
yeah. It was like
really
once I ventured out, like I, you know, got that real confidence. So
definitely. Can you give us a breakdown of your creative process?
Ooh, that's just a whole vibe, really. I'm very big on energy, you know, so it's like whatever I'm just feeling at the moment, and whatever, like, maybe like we just talked about something and just happened and just came up, I'm just on that. Like, I'm really spontaneous about things like that. It's it's no rhyme or reason to it.
I could dig that. How old were you when you first wrote your first song?
Oh, I think I was like 16.
Wow.
Yeah. It was pretty whack. Like, my friends still remember it to this day, and they still tease me about it. But
did you just write it, or did you record it as well?
Okay. So 2 stories about that. One, I did have a song that I like wrote, but it was like a part, because like I said, I was doing vocal training and stuff. So it was a part of my training to like write a song and stuff like that. So I sung it to my friends, and I was like, y'all gotta sing it airy like this. You gotta do it like this. So that's one story. But then another story is one of my talent shows I was in school. I had a song called Up Your Game. Now, my vocal coach at the time, shout out to Shamir, she actually wrote the song, and we recorded it with Bangladesh. Nice. Like, this was before
so
he
actually produced that beat.
Yeah, he produced the beat. So, like, to this day, my classmates, they remember that song was called Up Your Game. It's like, up your game, up your game. Like, they really remember that. So, yeah.
Now, do you pick your beat before you write the song, or do you just write your lyrics based on moments, like you said before?
Yeah, it's it's a little bit of both. Like, sometimes I would find myself dreaming about an idea or concept, and I was like, okay, it has to sound like this. Like, the music has to sound like this. Like, I need pianos, I need strings in this for this to work. Or oftentimes I would just hear the track, you know, and I'd be like, ooh, you know, and then I just get something from
that moment.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's no rhyme or reason with me. It's all about the feeling.
That vibe. Now, what drew you to the music industry?
I think the people did because even though I had a bad experience in school with getting booed and stuff, my family would always ask me to sing all the time. For birthdays, like they would like cry when I sing "Happy Birthday," like stuff
That's
like
deep.
that. Yeah, so it was like, dang, like I'm moving you, I'm touching you that much where you want to cry or you feel some kind of emotion. So for me, I was like, dang, I want to.
Let me stick with this.
Yeah, let me bring joy or bring some kind of feeling out of people. Like,
I seen a video recently of you performing, I think, at like a wedding or was that some type of anniversary party? On
oh
Instagram?
yeah, recently, yeah. Shout out to my mama. She
Shout
just
out,
turned
mama.
60.
That's what's
It
up.
was her 60th birthday party,
Happy
and
belated.
she booked me and my band to do a Prince,
That
like
was an
all
amazing
Prince.
performance.
Yeah.
Oh, it was all Prince?
Yeah, it was all
that's
Prince.
dope.
All
That's
Prince.
her favorite artist.
Her all-time favorite. Like I grew up listening to Prince, Anita Baker, Shaka Khan, all them. So yeah, Prince. We had to do all Prince. I had to learn all these Prince songs. So yeah, that's what I was doing there.
Who's your personal sound inspired by?
My sound, and I've been asked this before, and I never can really pinpoint one person because I just really love R&B and 90s in particular. So that era is like really dope to me. So I listen
agree.
to different artists for different things. So I would listen to Brandy if I want to catch up on my runs, if I want to throw a little passion or get them high notes or something there, I listen to Mariah Carey.
Okay.
If I want to belt out something, I listen to Whitney Houston. So like I have different
GOAT.
references that I go to.
Okay. Now, what would you consider the most memorable moment of your career so far?
Actually, it would be when I like decided to just step out and really just do things on my own. Like I have a team behind me, of course, but before when I was doing things, I was just like, you have to do this, you do that, kind of like someone was telling me what to do. So now I'm at the point where this is what I'm doing.
Control.
Yeah, I have like complete control. I'm completely in control of my own destiny, and to me, that's a huge thing because a lot of people will go their whole life doing what someone else tells them to do.
That's a fact. So when we listen to your music, we're getting to know the real Hendricks.
Yes.
Love it. Now, can you just give us a little background about your journey through the music industry as to what you've done already? Have you done any tours?
Actually, I did a tour a while back, probably like a couple of years ago with Case and
Nice.
RL from Next. That was really dope. I've sung background for Ruben Stutter. That
what's
was like
up.
back in the day.
All right, you mentioned that the 90s is your favorite era of music. Who's your favorite 90s artist?
I like them all.
All?
Shoot, like I really do. Like I mess with Boyz II Men real heavy. And my dogs, like I would love to sing with them one day. Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton,
Okay.
Shanice, Adina Howard. Like
That's the golden era. for
yeah,
sure.
I just mess with that whole era. Like I don't really have. I guess if I had to pick a favorite though, like from what I remember growing up listening to, it would definitely be Boyz II Men and Toni Braxton.
Okay. Would you personally ever sing in a group?
No,
You want that spotlight.
no, it's not even about the spotlight. It's about honestly, it's about being. I've tried that before.
Okay.
and it just didn't work. Like, yeah,
No, I could dig that.
yeah.
Now, the single that you're going to introduce to us, what's the name of that?
It's entitled "Real."
Awesome. Is there a story behind this specific song?
Yes, it was heavily inspired by 90s music, and we just wanted to put a different twist on it, so it was pretty random. Like we was just chilling. We was like, well, let's just do something with it, do something different. So, and it definitely it tells the story about how I really feel. Like if anyone can tell you about being real, it's me. I'm a real one. So
Okay.
yeah.
Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you introduce your song to our listeners. Just let them know where they can download and stream it. That way we can get your numbers up.
Smooth. Okay, guys. Once again, I am Hendricks, and you can download, stream this song literally everywhere: Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Pandora. I have a station.
Okay.
So it's entitled "Real," and that's Hendricks, Hendricks, Real.
found a loophole.
Just hopped out the shower and I'm soaking wet. All up in my feelings, laying on the bed. You've been on my mind all day. Shawty, won't you swing my way? What you doing round one? Trying to have some fun. Pull up on me, boy. I got what you want. I got all the things. I just need your body right here. Oh, what you trying to do? What you trying to do? Let's just be real. Boy, we grown and I know that it's on, yeah. That's how I feel. Tell me what you tryna do, what you tryna. Let's just be real. Ain't no flex, I know what's best for my body. You the best, you put it down like nobody. And I know I blow your mind when you take control. When I ride it like a pony, I ain't letting go. What you doing? Tryna have some fun. Pull up on me, boy. I got what you want. I got all the things. I just need your body right here. 'Cause when we grown, you know that it's on, yeah. That's how I feel. Tell me what you tryna do.
Wow, that is an amazing song. That definitely is true R&B.
Yes, true to R&B.
Now, who produced it?
Yes, my homeboy Keys produced it, and actually I co-wrote the song with my girl Tracy Sierra, and she's really dope, and she's actually a friend, so that's super cool too.
Shout out to them both.
Yes.
Now, how do you personally feel about the current state of R&B?
Ooh.
How do you feel your music fits into it?
You know what? I kind of like where it's going because, you know, we have people like LMA, SZA, her. Mm-hmm. They're really, really dope, and they're giving you that feeling again. So
that soulful feeling.
Yeah, so I feel like it's circling back around to it because, you know, just like everything else on fashion music, they... You know,
it's recycled.
All, yep, there you go, recycled.
That's a fact.
Yeah, so I think we're getting back to that. So I like where it's going.
I agree.
I like where it's going, for sure.
Now, Jacquees, he personally stirred up a lot of controversy when he claimed himself the king of R&B. Who do you think the queen of R&B is at this time?
The queen?
Of this current generation.
What generation? The Jacquees generation? Because he's not even the king.
We know he's not the king. I just had to throw that.
Okay.
But yeah, let's say 2010 and up, because it's 2019 now. That's a whole decade, pretty much.
It is. And, you know, that's a tough question because, that was during the time where R&B was a little weird.
Exactly.
So I don't even know. I mean, the last person I would really say that I think is the queen of R&B would be Mary J. Blige.
Facts, and she was before that time.
Right.
Anybody we probably would name would be more considered like pop. Like I would think like Rihanna, but she's really
pop.
Exactly.
Yeah, Rihanna's pop, Beyonce's pop.
Exactly.
So it's like I don't really know who's like really like true to that sound and who's been consistent.
Facts.
As far as like delivering those records. So I don't know about the queens, and maybe someone can educate me on that, but I don't know right now.
Now, you're the professional. What qualities should a good R&B singer possess?
Ooh, R&B stands for rhythm and blues.
Mm-hmm.
Blues, it comes from feeling, soul, and passion. So I think as an R&B singer, I think you need to have that soul in there. I think you need to have that passion. I think you need to just be able to make people feel, because I think that's what R&B does. Like
Facts.
when I think about R&B that I grew up listening to, and even R&B that my parents grew up listening to, like it made you feel something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was the whole point of it. You know, you're back in the 90s, you were either in love, heartbroken, or what, you know, either in love or heartbroken. That's pretty much it, you know? So yeah, I think you have to have that soul and that passion.
It's a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
How important is it to have a stage presence as an R&B singer?
That's very important. Extremely important. No, but see, that's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily have to be a dancer,
Right,
to be a good R&B singer.
Facts.
Like Fantasia is not a dancer,
great example.
but she puts on a hell of a show, you know?
True.
So, you know, you don't have to be a Beyonce or Rihanna or whatever. Like, you can do you, but you have to be able to bring that crowd in. So what are you using to bring that crowd in?
That was my next question. So if you don't necessarily dance, what do you think contributes to having that, you know, stage presence that demands the crowd's attention?
I would say number one, the voice.
Definitely.
I mean, if you're boring, I'm not going to look at you. Sorry. You know, so I think number one would definitely have to be the voice. Then from that, and then even if you don't necessarily have that voice that bring people in, you can reach out to the people, like you know, sing in somebody's face, you know, hump the air or something, you know, do something
Exactly.
to get us up, you know.
Now we're gonna play a quick game here. It's called Finish the Sentence.
Smooth.
Cool. The most unique thing about my music is
It's real.
facts, just like your single. With my first $1 million, I'm going to.
Invest.
Do you want to give us any tips?
I mean, I have friends in high places. So I've always like, oh, you know what? I'm slick invested now, and
Nice.
I'm not even, you know, I'm broke investing. So I'm going to apply that same thing when I have all the money.
Generational wealth.
Bam, there you go.
That's the key. Now,
Yep.
my dream collaboration would be with.
Drake. He would be so fire on Real.
You definitely gonna be number one on the Billboard. So straight to the top.
Yep.
Now, in 5 years, I see myself.
Oh, winning.
Facts. One thing my fans may not know about me is.
One thing my fans may not know about me is a lot they don't know about me.
Give us something interesting.
Okay. One thing they may not know about me is that I love Friends reruns and Twilight Zone.
Oh, have you been catching up on the new season?
I have not saw it yet. Someone just told me about it. I didn't know, but I watch reruns all the time.
Okay. Jordan
Yeah.
Peele, man, he's doing his thing this year.
Shout out to him.
Facts.
He's awesome.
Oh, yeah, I love his content. So, Hendricks, is Real part of a bigger project?
Yes. How did you know? Yeah, it's actually the leading single from my upcoming EP entitled Reminisce.
Awesome. When can we expect that?
That's coming summer, all 2019.
Make sure y'all looking out for that.
Yeah.
Now, is there a story behind this specific EP? Because you told me your music definitely comes from life experiences.
Yes, it does. Well, Reminisce is basically just about, it is what it says pretty much. Each song will give you that kind of nostalgic feeling. It's going to touch on things that I grew up with listening to. So yeah, that's pretty much what that's about, you know. So when you hear it, you're gonna be like, oh, I remember when. Like that's what you're gonna be like when you hear it.
Now, how do you plan on doing that? Are you using samples or beats that we may remember, or just the sound in general?
A little bit of both.
Okay, that's
actually,
dope.
Yeah, a little bit of both, and I have some skits on there, so it's gonna be a little storytelling going on. So
Can't wait.
Yeah, it's fire.
Do you have any dates coming up that we can come and view you? See you?
As far as like performing wise,
Yes, man.
not right now. I have a couple of festivals that I'm locking in right now, but I don't have the dates yet because it's festival season.
Yeah.
So, but you can go on to Hendricks, No Jimmy, everywhere, and catch up with
your
me.
preview.
Yep.
Facts.
Yep, and stay tuned.
All right, do you have any previous albums that we can listen to?
Yes, I'm glad you asked. I have a project that I did sometime last year. It's called Based on a True Story. And my leading single on that one is entitled No Good. We have a video out for that. Shout out to Beyond the Steps. They produced and cast for the video. And shout out to director D. Baines. He directed the video. So It's a really dope, I like to call it a 4-minute movie. So
indeed.
Yeah. So yeah, you saw it. Yeah, so you can go onto YouTube, emo, just pull up Hendricks, Hendricks, No Good, and check that out. And you can check out Based on a True Story on SoundCloud. Perfect. And that is based on a true story. All of those songs are real things.
Now, before we get our listen, can you give us a background? When you made that album, what type of mood were you in? Were you in love? Were you just falling out of love?
I was falling out of love. Funny story, I actually have a cover of Tony Braxton, Love Should Have Brought You Home on that EP based on a true story. Okay. And when I was recording it, I was actually going through that. I was all in my feelings, should I even listen? I was all in there, hurt. So yeah, I was falling out of love at that time.
Now, do you think you make your best music while you're going through those type of emotions because you want to get them out, or?
I would say yes and no. I think that helps, but I'm also really good at, even if I'm not in that place anymore, because I still perform No Good a lot, because it's still a popular song for me. So I'm not in that situation anymore where I'm boy, you no good. I'm not there anymore, but I'm able to channel that emotion. I'm able to go back to that place when I perform it, so I can give my audience that feeling that they need.
Indeed. As a singer, you have to be an actor as well. Can't
exactly.
Love it.
Exactly.
Now, would you like to leave our listeners with a message tonight?
Yes. Shoot. Man, let me be an example of going forward and keeping it moving, regardless of what the naysayers say, regardless of what's going on, you just have to stay focused. And even when it gets hard, because it will get hard, remember why you started. If you remember why you started and you keep going, you'll be good. That's it.
Love it. Now, I just want to thank you first for coming today. It was a pleasure having you in the studio with us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Oh, truly a pleasure. Can you just let our listeners know how they can follow you, get in contact with you for booking, etc.?
Oh, yes, for sure. All right, so you can find me at Hendricks No Jimmy. That's HENDRICKSNOJIMI. And that's everywhere. Instagram, Twitter. Come mess with your girl, Check me out. I show love. I love good energy, so come bring me that. Also, for booking, you can hit Beyond the Steps Up. That's BEYONDSTEPS. Beyond the Steps. Holler at them for me. And yeah.
Awesome. Well, once again, Hendricks, thank you for joining us.
Yay.
And I want to thank you all for listening. Make sure you follow Divergent Supreme Radio on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook for the latest news. You can also stream previous episodes on iHeartRadio, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. I'll meet you all back here next week, same time, same place, till 1100, Mile Like a Light.
Me not gone nowhere. I told me find out some I wanna be. This year, me I make them want and can't see me. Just what they me hear them a asking me. Me the woman I watch them through me window. Yeah. Think them tricky but me skiller than a ninja. Just them. Me I try through the journey of life with no passenger. Coulda never put me trust in a man, me just put in ja. Hear me? Straight. Some man are there forever. Boy, my God so special to me. Hear me? Me no need nobody. No. When you have God, you no need nobody. You no need nobody. Them man, them why you call. Now if you call no name, just say bad mind. To all you hustlers out there, just want to know me proud that you just keep on hustle without fear. From the gully to the money, touch a fire, if you send back a dozen like here. And me remember the circle for nigga, for man laugh till me nigga cry tear. Yes, we did young and we did dumb, but we are man are there forever. Boy, my God so special to me. Hear me? Me no need nobody. When you have God, you no need nobody. From a kid to a giant, me not fall like Goliath though. Some a sell soul, but me nah be no client. Fuck them, me resent, me defiant. Us put down the Bible, a job with the science, but a free water, we a shots out them appliance. Just lead the way, please. Some man are there forever, forever. My God so special to me. Hear me? Me no need nobody. When you have God, you no need nobody. Some man are there forever, 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 forever. You don't need nobody, rather.
Thank you for listening to another Old Fashioned Health Network show on the Real 1100.